Hello and welcome back to another video. So, what a journey the past 18 months have been to get the project C400 to where it is today. As you guys saw in last week's video, got a fresh new paint job on the car and I think it turned out absolutely amazing. So with that being done, we are about this close to start having some fun with this thing, and that is the goal for this video. I want to get the car 100% ready. This coming Saturday, I'm towing the car 2 hours in that direction to a place we can start really having some fun with it and do some proper testing. I'm talking burnouts, like proper burnouts with the lock differential. Drifting, I'm gonna try. And then a really big goal of mine is to actually do my first donut in this thing. I don't know, we'll see, that is the goal. Purposefully built to have some fun, even though it doesn't have the power of the M104 Turbo. With the lock differential, this should be a lot more capable. Like I said, I have a lot of things to do this week. So I have the W204 C220 over here. This thing has been doing great. Recently got a new oil cooler in there. Ever since then, it's been doing amazing. The only thing that needs to happen on this is a quick oil change. So I want to get that done. And then I do also have the A-frame here, which I'll be using to tow this thing. So I wanted to get the 204 over here to measure out, because I am busy doing the wiring for the tail lights. For when I tow it, we'll have some lights at the back. I already got started on this yesterday, figuring it out. So when you look inside, wiring loom will be removable, so I just use the plugs in the tail lights, and then that wire will run through the car. And then I was thinking, when I tow the vehicle, the wire can come out of the window through the hood, and then I'll probably just cable tie it to the A-frame, and then that will plug into the C220. Finish that up real quick, so that's ready to go. And then another thing is, as you can see, I have the car in the air because I do want to throw those new rear shocks in. We do have new shocks up in the front, so that's fine, but the back is super bouncy. And then while I'm in there, because I cut the coil springs, as you can see when you lift up the car, the coil spring is almost removable. So when I lower the car back down, the coil springs don't always go back into place. So I need to figure out some kind of extension limiter. I don't know what you call it, but I was thinking of adding a little cable so that the wheel doesn't go as far down when you jack up the car, if that makes sense. The idea is not to have as much travel when you jack up the car on the hub, so just keep tension on the coil spring to keep it in place. But I have an idea. I think it might work. I will show you guys in a minute. Now, ideally, the plan is, while I have the car somewhere that I can actually test it and drive it around, I want to make a couple of videos over the next couple of weeks. So I do want to take some extra tires with that we can burn off, and that's why I have the wheels off the M104 Turbo, because I want to get some semi-slicks on the back that I got from a friend. Thanks, Werner. I don't really want to destroy the 18-inch tires on those wheels, but I do have a lot of 17-inch tires at my disposal. Yep, I've been planning this for a while. So I have a couple of wheels here. So the M104 Turbo wheels, they are kind of mismatched at the moment. So I want to get the semi-slicks on the back, so that we'll have 2 extra tires over there. And then I have these smaller 205 45 17s, because the 204 and the M104 uses the same tire, 225 45 17. So they are all the same. I always keep the old tires for situations like this. So I have these 205 45 17s. I don't like how they fit on the car, so they are basically brand new, and I think they will do great in some burnouts. The other tire that's exactly the same as this one is on the spare of the 204. So I'm going to take those two, get them on the front wheels of the M104, and those 2 wheels will go with on this road trip. I need to get all these loaded up in the 204, get them dropped off at the tire shop, and then I'll head over to Andrew's workshop. We'll get that oil change. He has a super quick and easy way to change the oil on a car through the dipstick. I think it's awesome. Literally takes like 5 minutes. So I want to get that done, new oil filter, and then we'll come back and finish up the wiring on the tail lights. Oh, another thing that I did yesterday, as we know, a couple of weeks ago, got a huge package in the mail, new headlights and everything. So the M104 Turbo is getting some new fresh headlights. those turned out freaking amazing. And then the headlights for the C400, they are those xenon headlights, but unfortunately the one is a bit damaged, so I'm just gonna get the headlights in there, but I'm not gonna wire them up. They are just gonna be there for looks. I think that's enough talking for now. I have a lot to do. Let's get to work. Behoort hem my. So fucking start. Oh. Die stage fright. Oh. Shoo. Maar ja, met die pomp, vat jy? Vat hom met die lap. Liewe eteraan is warm. Alright, so it's a couple of days later. After getting a fresh oil change on the 204, I headed over to the tire shop, got the tires picked up, then came back home and got started on that wiring for the A-frame. While I was busy on that, you can see the exact moment I heard a VVL powered Datsun heading this way. That little Datsun is 50 years old, half a century. That's just insane. But don't think that thing is slow. With the VVL swap, that thing is pretty insane. But anyway, we got back to work on the A-frame wiring, got that done, and we now have working lights on the C400 when I tow it.
Flikker? Yes. Oh yes.
Is it the rest die?
Yes.
And the eyes like,
Yes.
oh nice.
Very nice. Great success.
Yes. And then the next morning got around to get those new headlights in the M104. Looks so much better. So what I did is got them sanded down with some 1200 grit sandpaper, and then I gave them a thick coat of this clear lens It's like a clear coat for headlights that looks absolutely amazing. Really wanted to get the Xenons done for the C400 with that clear lens as well, but I ran out and that stuff is super expensive. Then, as I said, got the tires swapped around, so we have those smaller 205s up in the front on the M104. I just wanted to get the car back on the ground for this week, but like I said, those wheels are going with on the road trip, so we can burn them off. I don't like the fitment. I don't really care to burn those off. And then we have those semi-slicks at the back. I need to get these two wheels swapped back around because apparently it has a rotational side. For now, the focus is on the C400 because since all that, things escalated and we have a dyno appointment scheduled for tomorrow morning. So today is Thursday. Tomorrow morning, Friday, 8 o'clock, I have to have this thing ready for the dyno. So the past couple of days have been hectic to get everything done on this thing to have it as ready as possible for the dyno. So today is the last day. I can do a few things, but there are a lot of other things I did on the car. So when I had the wheels off the M104, test fitted the compressor wheels on the C400 because these wheels are different. So the fronts are different from the back. And I can't figure out, is it the wheel itself that's a bit wider or is the offset different? I don't know, but I got the front on the back of the C400 just to make sure we have enough clearance with those huge spaces. The front fit perfect, and then when I got the rear wheels of the M104 on the C400, you can really see the difference. That fitment is even more perfect than these 18-inch wheels. What else was there? I gave both of the cars a quick wash. Oh, and then since I removed the doors, I had to rewire the windows, so I got that done. Then somehow I have two right-hand door mirrors. So I think for the next couple of weeks, I'm just going to borrow the wing mirror of the M104 just to have this looking good. Oh, the rear shocks. I got the new rear shocks in there and the car is way less bouncy. Then I also added those two little cables to keep tension on the rear coil springs so they stay in place. So all that is sorted. Then another thing I wanted to get done before the dyno was the whole flamethrower situation on the exhaust. So a couple of videos ago, I showed you guys that I have an injector, spark plug, and O2 bung. So the exhaust has like 4 holes in it, not just the one at the back, because I want the car to throw flames. Is that so much to ask? So I got a switch in the center console. Okay, so I have a couple of switches. Those are the window switches, window, sunroof, and then we have park, reverse, neutral and drive, and then we have first gear, second gear, and then third gear. Along with that switch is third gear. And then this is the launch control button, and then this little switch will be for the flamethrower. So when I switch that, it cuts the power to the coils, so the injectors keep on pulsing fuel into the engine, and then when I flick it back, it shoots a flame. So I have flames, but I want bigger flames. So because I have the bung for the spark plug already in the exhaust, I got this brilliant idea from a friend to use a taser, wire that up to the spark plug and have it spark that way. So with some careful modification of the taser, not to get electrocuted, I wired that up to the spark plug and it actually works. Flames are still not big enough to my liking, but I was thinking maybe on the dyno we can tune it a bit, find some way of when we de-accelerate with the car, I can switch on that spark plug. The ECU pumps more fuel into the system with vacuum, or I don't know anything about that stuff, but hopefully we can have some bigger flames soon on this thing. Obviously, I've always wanted a car with huge flames at the back, and this is the perfect car to do just that. Okay, so I think you guys are all caught up. I do have one last thing I want to get done today. So I want to quickly remove that mirror, get that on the C400, and then I want to go ahead and tint the windows. So I've done tinting once before, didn't go too bad. Quite comfortable getting the sides tinted, but because the rear window has a bit of a curve to it, I know that's a bit more difficult. So I'm going to try my best to get that done, but I'll just be happy if I can get the side windows done, and I think that should really finish up the whole look of this thing. Still need a new windshield, but that's way too expensive for now. But once I somehow figure that out, I really do want to tint the front window as well, and then might get the back done professionally. I don't know, but for now, let me remove the wing, get those windows tinted, get this thing ready for the dyno. Super nervous, super excited. Let's do this. Okay, so a couple of hours later, we now have tinted windows. Now, I didn't mess with the window at the back because I made a few mistakes along the way, so I had to remove some of the film and kind of redo it. So basically, I did that twice, but at least now that's done. I'm still not 100% satisfied with it because the thing is, with the sprinklers we have for the grass and the car getting water on it every day and the water drying, it leaves like nasty watermarks. So I don't think it'll ever be perfect. But anyway, I already went and filled up the 204 with diesel. So that's ready for tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And then I also got the C400 hooked onto the car and tested out the lights. So everything is ready for tomorrow morning now. I am beyond nervous, excited, and about every single emotion there is. My only hope is that the dyno goes well, the car doesn't break or anything like that, because the next morning I'm leaving for that road trip, which I'm also super excited about. So wish me luck. Hopefully the car holds up, and then over the next couple of weeks we'll have some interesting, entertaining videos. Hope you guys are excited. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.